Hello everyone and welcome to my channel, and today I'll be reading an Arlecchino Executioner by me. So let's get into it. Arlecchino had been sharper than usual this week. Not in her precision, but in her temper. Her words were shorter and more curt. Her glares lingered too long, and when she thought no one was watching, her hand would drift to massage her temple, pressing into her skull like she could crush a headache with sheer force. But when you reached for her hand earlier today, her skin was too warm. And that was no trick of her power. No, that was certainly a fever. I'm fine, she snapped, brushing you off with a scowl that didn't quite reach her eyes. Don't start coddling me. You didn't push it then? Not in front of the children. Not when she was halfway through a report and pretending she wasn't swaying slightly on her feet. But now, night has fallen. The house is quiet, and Arlecchino is still at her desk. You lean against the doorframe of her office, your arms crossed. Your pen stopped moving 10 minutes ago. Her head does not lift, but her jaw flexes. I'm thinking of something. You're sweating, Arlecchino. It's a bit warm in here. You walk toward her, not buying it, until you're behind her chair, and you set your hands gently on her shoulders. And she is burning. You're quite sure of it. You have a fever, and I've survived worse. That's not exactly an answer. Finally, she tilts her head back to look up at you. Her eyes are dimmer than usual. Still that same smoldering red, but dulled at the edges with fatigue. Her skin is pale beneath the heat of her fever, and her lips look dry. You stroke a hand through her hair, brushing the strands behind her ear. She does not flinch away, but she doesn't lean in either. That tells you that she is further gone than she's letting on, because usually she would not permit such a gesture. Come to bed, you say gently, pleading at this point. And she exhales sharply, almost a scoff. As far as I remember, it was not you who gives orders in this house. It's not an order, Arlecchino. I'm asking you. Besides, if you're sick, I'm sure it falls to me to give orders. She huffs, petulant. No, you worry, you hover, and you nag, but you don't order me to. You wrap your arms around her from behind, slow and secure, and she goes silent. Her body stiffens beneath your touch, and you feel the tremble she's trying to hide. She's truly tired and exhausted. So you lean down, murmuring against her ear. You're allowed to rest, Arlecchino. Even the strongest of us need rest. Besides, it would be hypocritical of you to tell me to rest when I'm sick, and not accept my words when you are. She doesn't reply, but her hands slowly unclench from the desk, and you take that as permission. She glares at you the entire way to bed. She does not walk. She stalks, proud and steady, like her fever is a mere figment of your imagination. But the moment she sits on the edge of the mattress, her strength seems to bleed away. She leans forward slightly, shoulders sagging. You kneel down to take off her heels. What are you doing? She rasps, frowning. I'm helping. You know, I'm not totally helpless. You glance up at her, holding her gaze. I know that. that I care about you. Let me help. I want to, Arlecchino. It's not a matter of you being able to do this or not. It's a matter of me being here and being able to help you. And I want to do that. There is a bit of silence, but she can tell that with this much determination in your eyes, you will not back down, and she's not willing to fight you on it. It was one of the very reasons that she loved you. Then she sighs, tipping her head back. Fine, but don't make it a habit. You smile as you pull off the second one. Sure. And when you manage to coax her under the covers, although it's a bit of a struggle, you feel a little bit victorious. After all, not everybody can accomplish what you just did. She lies stiffly at first, like resting is a foreign concept to her, and you press a cool cloth to her forehead, and she winces at the sensation. I don't need that, she says. Petulant as a child, and if you had any mind to do so, you would be laughing at her. But that would get you killed, so you're refrained from doing so. Again, I know you'll get better on your own. This just makes things faster. I'm sure you've raised enough children to know that. She does not respond, but does not make you back away either, which is as much of a victory as you're going to get with her. Her eyes close. I don't like being like this. I know. You take her hand in yours. She tenses for a second, but you don't let go. You squeeze. You're sick. Harbingers get sick. I mean, you've seen Child. Remember that one time he came over and he wouldn't stop coughing? Right. But still, I'm much stronger than he is. I know that very well, but he's a lot stronger than a lot of people. It doesn't stop him from being sick, nor does it stop him from resting. Well, he's just as bad as you are at it. But at least I'm here to teach you, right? He's not so lucky. You tease, and she blushes. But she wraps an arm around your waist, pulling you closer. You're right. Not everybody gets to be so lucky as I. And so you stay with her. She stops complaining, and you take care of her in silence. A treasured moment of comfort between you. Although she's sick, but she knows that for once, she could rest and have someone to take care of her instead.